So we're going to try and find the equation of a circle if we're given the radius and the center point. So the equation of a circle, the general formula is x minus a all squared plus y minus b all squared equals r squared, and r is the radius and the center is at a comma b, those coordinates. Okay, so we can use that. So if we get a question where they give us the center is at 4,7 and it has a radius of 6, then we can put that into our general formula for the equation of a circle. So there's your a and b. So we'll have x minus 4 all squared plus y minus 7 all squared equals, and the radius is 6, so 6 squared. Okay, now what you need to do, you've got two brackets here, two pairs of brackets that both need squaring. Okay, so you're multiplying out two brackets, so in other words it's x minus 4 times x minus 4, and then that is y minus 7 times y minus 7. So you're doing FOIL effectively on those. 6 squared is 36 there. Okay, so x times x is x squared, x times minus 4 is minus 4x, and then I do it again, so we double in the minus 4 to get minus 8x, and then we do minus 4 times minus 4 gives plus 16. And you do the same thing with this pair of brackets. Y times y is y squared, y times minus 7 is minus 7y, and then I've got another minus 7y, so I double that, that'll be minus 14y, and then minus 7 times minus 7 is plus 49, and that's equal to 36. Okay, so you multiply out the brackets, both pairs, and then you tidy it up in the way that they like your equations of circles written out. You have the squareds first, so x squared plus y squared, done those two. Then you have your x's and y's, so minus 8x minus 14y, done those two. And then you just got your constants at the end, so 16 add 49, 65, and that's equal to 36. Well, I'll bring the 36 over to join the 65, so it'll be 65 take away 36, which is 29, and that's equal to 0, and that's your equation of a circle. Watch out for the coordinates of the center if they give you a negative number here, because that'll change that to a positive. Remember, taking away a negative becomes positive. And sometimes you'll have to work the other way, so you'll be given the equation and you have to find the center and the radius. So if you're given something like x squared plus y squared minus 2x minus 8y plus 13 equals 0, we have to get it back to that situation so we can work out what the radius and the center is. Now we have to use a method of factorizing here called completing the square. Split the x's and y's up together, apart first of all, so x squared plus y minus 2x, x squared minus 2x, then we'll have something, a constant, just like we did there, then the y squared, so y squared minus 8y, and then we'll have another constant like we had there, and that's going to be equal to, well, this 13 I'll take over here because that's going to be part of our radius number, so that becomes minus 13. So it's these two numbers I'm looking for. So when I factorize, I'm going to have x something squared. Well, for it to get minus 2x, what we did here, we doubled them. Okay, doubled the minus 4, we get minus 8. Double the minus 7, we get minus 14. So if we're working backwards, we're going to have to halve it. So half of minus 2 is minus 1. Now, if we just did FOIL on that, we'd end up, our last term would be squaring this minus 1. When we square minus 1, you get plus 1. So that's what would happen. I would have a plus 1 on there. So when I square this bracket now, that's what I get. Let's do the y's. So plus, I'm going to have y something squared. What's the something going to be? Well, I've got minus 8y here, so if I half that, I'll have minus 4. Okay, so when I multiply out this bracket, I'll have y squared minus 4y minus another 4y. That'll give me the 8y. And my last terms I'm multiplying is minus 4 times minus 4, which is plus 16. So that will be a plus 16. So what have I done? I've added 1, I've added 16. Remember, when we're working with equations, we must do the same on both sides. So if I'm going to add on 1 and add on 16 there, that's adding 17. So I add on 17 to both sides. Minus 13 add 17 is 4. And there's your radius. Well, actually, that's your radius squared. Let's remember what our formula is there. So our centre is at 1, 4, and the radius is 2, because remember that constant there is r squared, and that's 2 squared. There you go, equations of circles.